Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Real Sports Live. Once again, I'm the host with the most, the man with the plan, Chris V, in the house here in Corpus Christi. We are at Capnis Baseball Field where the baseball fever is high right now. Just like the temperature right here, we have a good temperature of reading about 81 degrees. I know some rain was in the forecast, but thus far, as I always say, I am not a meteorologist. And there was no rain other than little showers here and there. But we are playing on turf, so it doesn't even matter. We have Game 3 of the three-game series coming your way here in Corpus Christi. And I'm super stoked about this one because this is a Class 5A regional quarterfinals. And it's a Corpus Christi 29 5A foes going at it. Got to do the tremendous game of Game 1 and Game 2, and now we're here for Game 3 on a Saturday afternoon. We do have a double header, and Real Sports Live will bring that to you. It'll be Banquete taking on Bishop after this game is completed. But before we even move on to the next game, we need to complete this series, and this is going to be a barn burner like I told you in yesterday's broadcast. In Game 1, it was Acuna taking the win with a 4-0 win for the Veterans Memorial Eagles. And then in Game 2 last night, it was the pitcher on the mound right there, Kevin Goss, taking the win last night, 3-1 for the Texans, tying up the series 1-1. And making us go to Saturday afternoon, high noon here in Corpus Christi for Game 3. I am super excited to be here on this broadcast. I mean, nothing better than to do a great baseball game. Fans are in the stands, and it's nice and a sunny day. And I'm just super excited. I feel like we're over there at the Corpus Christi Hooks Stadium watching a minor league baseball game because these are two tremendous teams, well coached by Coach Reese and Coach Yeager. And we're super excited because a winner of the area, I am from Corpus Christi, so being able to do the broadcast here and being able to know that one Corpus Christi team will be headed into the regional finals to Sweet 16, that is. And I know I was saying it incorrectly, but my man, the Q over here from the newspaper, corrected me and made sure that we were able to, Quentin Martinez, that is, corrected me, the Q man is what I call him, just like the taco of stripes, the Q taco. And so we got corrected. We had great communication right there, and he informed me that we're headed into the semifinals. Therefore, it'd be the Sweet 16. I was in tune with the softball, and I know softball is a week ahead of baseball, so hence why I was thinking in those terms. But now that I stand corrected and we let the fans know what's going on, we will be headed into the regional semifinals, and that will be the Sweet 16. So a Corpus Christi team will be represented here. And it's so amazing to know whether it be a Texan or whether it be an Eagle. Either way, Corpus Christi will be represented. So I'm stoked about this one. This is Game 3. You have a Jose Acuna for the visiting team. The Eagles will be visitors today, and Acuna will be on the mound. My understanding, Acuna has 60 pitches from Game 1, so he has up to 110 pitches to be able to throw in the inning here, or a couple innings, that is. And going against him will be going against Everett, who normally plays catcher right here for the Ray Texans, and that is Miguel Everett. So we'll do the starting lineups here shortly, introduce both squads, and let you all see who's coming on out to play. So sit back, relax, get your popcorn ready, because Game 3 is coming your way unless y'all order some pizza, and get ready for this high noon showdown between the Eagles and Texans. And like I said, the fans are here filing in, and they're super excited, just like I am, here for Real Sports Live. And follow us along, like us on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, or follow us along on Roku TV or Apple TV. And just follow along because we're super excited to see what happens here. I'm so glad that our sponsors allow us to do this, a free broadcast where you don't have to pay anything, just be able to sit back and enjoy the broadcast and watch the game if you're out of town. So, speaking of out of town, if you're out of town, put there in the comments. You're always welcome to say who you're cheering for and who you're rooting for, or just put in a nice little comment in there. But just please keep it clean, as we want to make sure everything stays nice and clean for our commental our areas, that is. So we're getting ready to rock and roll here. Richard Gonzalez already said, "Go Texans." I was walking around earlier in the field with the high-flying mosquitoes, so I feel bad for these kids. They probably have some off on them. But the umpires are coming to home plate. They'll be the coaches' meeting, and then the introductions of both starting lineups. So sit back, relax, and I'll go ahead and put the mic out there so y'all can hear our announcer for the day here at Cabinets Baseball Field. And get ready. Coach Yeager, Coach Reese, meeting at home plate.
Includes concession areas, restrooms, and parking lots. A warning to spectators: battered or thrown balls may cause serious injury. Neither CCISD nor any participating players, coaches, schools, or other individuals are liable for any injuries resulting from such causes. We remind you that spectators are not allowed on the field following the game. We thank you for your attendance. We'd also ask you to please take the foul balls back to the nearest dugout. And now let's meet the starting lineup for today's game. First, the visiting Veterans Memorial Eagles. Leading off and playing left field, number 7, Xavier Pettis. Playing second and playing first base, number 13, Damon Pena. Batting third and pitching, number 26, Jose Acuna. Batting fourth and playing shortstop, number 2, Jake Roberts. Batting fifth and playing third base, number 5, Tanner Johnson. Batting sixth and playing second base, number 1, Jake Martinez. Batting seventh and playing right field, number 11, Nick Reyes. Batting eighth and playing center field, number 3, Carter Centerfield. And batting ninth and catching, number 6, Alejandro Guerrero. And the remainder of the Veterans Memorial Eagles. And now the starting lineup for the Ray Texans. Leading off and playing left field, number 4, Ryan Rodriguez. Batting second and playing second base, number 1, Jack Bell. Batting third and playing first base, number 13, Jack Martinez. Batting fourth is the designated hitter, number 14, Kevin Goss. Goss is for the third baseman, number 7, Alex Everett. Batting fifth and pitching, number 16, Miguel Everett. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 19, Darian Montoya. Batting seventh and playing right field, number 6, Luis Morales. Batting eighth and playing center field, number 3, Cade Morin. And batting ninth and playing shortstop, number 2, Troy Johnson. And the remainder of the Ray Texans.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we take this occasion to inform and remind students and fans of the proper etiquette during flag ceremonies. The United States flag is a symbol of our great country, and accordingly, all of us should honor that symbol by standing, placing our right hands over our hearts, and gentlemen should remove your hats. Remember, silence is a form of respect, and everyone should remain standing until the national anthem is played.
right, ladies and gentlemen, the announcing is done. It is go time. Feel like this is the main event of the MMA or the WWE right here, coming down here to the wire. Game 3 of the 3-game series is coming your way here shortly. Everett is on the mound, and we'll start warming up with his catcher. And we are ready to rock and roll, but it would not be fitting if I didn't give a shout out to Mr. South Texas baseball himself, their late, great, legendary coach, Hector Coach Salinas. May he rest in peace. That man would probably be sitting right here, sitting back and enjoying this game. But right now he's got the best seat in the house looking down, and he's just enjoying this ball game right here because he's so excited that a Corpus Christi team will be moving on into the Sweet 16. So, Coach Salinas, to your family, all your kids, your wife, and all your family members and friends, thank you for all you've done for South Texas baseball. Sit back and relax and enjoy from where you're sitting up there in heaven, my man. Ikwesu, man, as he would say. And that's Coach Hector Salinas. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's game time. This is it. This is going to be the barn burner right here. It's the home team, the Ray Texans, taking on the visiting team today, Veterans Memorial Eagles. I'm super excited right here. I'm in the press box with Mr. Q, as I said earlier, Q Martinez. Quentin, that is, but I called him the Q. I just gave him a nickname. If he probably had already been called that before, I'm pretty sure. But I like to call him the Q Taco. The Q Special is in the house. So we're ready to rock and roll. I know the fans are in the stands and ready to sit back and enjoy this game. Broadcast is going to be all about baseball today. So I hope you all are enjoying the broadcast. Thank you for tuning on in. Tell me where you're viewing from, whether it be on YouTube chat or on the Facebook chat. Give you a little shout out. And, of course, who you're supporting out here on the field or what team. Irregardless. Excuse me. Irregardless, don't be afraid to put a comment out there. As always, just keep it nice and clean there for us here on Real Sports Live. And as always, I want to thank everybody for being able to allow us to do this broadcast is our sponsors. So, speaking of sponsorships, if you'd like to sponsor out here, just let you know who you can contact here in the Corpus Christi area. My man, Joe Gomez, for Real Sports Live advertisements. Call him at 361-220-5331. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm ready. I hope you're ready. Leading things off for the Eagles right here. Left fielder, number 7, Xavier Perez. Not too sure. Coach Reese, I think, is getting the ball there. Eagle fans are already starting to make some noise. Sounds like they woke up. Woke up the nest right there, shook it up. And the Eagles are ready to fly high right here. But sitting in the barn is the Texans. So let's see. Everett's first pitch of the game coming right now. Here's the delivery. First pitch of the game is ball 1 inside. Strike 1 call right there. Evens up the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. X gets under this one, hits it high in the sky. Shortstop calls for it. Gathers under his feet, makes the grab for out number 1. On the mound, question being asked right there for the Texans is Miguel Everett. Normally plays catcher for the Texans, and he'll be taking on Jose Acuna. Acuna has 60 pitches in Game 1 Thursday night. So he'll have a couple pitches left in his arsenal to come out here tonight. This afternoon, that is. Stepping into the plate now, number 13, Dalen Pena. Slow curveball in there for a swing and a miss on strike 1. Reynaldo Rojas right there says Ray Rojas from GP wishing good luck to both Vets and Ray. Leave it all on the field, guys, and that's absolutely right. Another slow curve ball. Pena gets in this one. That's going to be driven to left field for the first hit of the game. Delivers that curve ball out to left field. Brings up the bat now the pitcher, that is. I corrected. He was playing first last night. Jose Acuna. Check on over first. Ms. De Los Santos here. Let's Go Vets on Facebook and Rest Easy Coach Salinas. Thank you for that. Strike one call in the outside corner there. And if you put on the comments, we ask everyone not to share any other YouTube or other channels to follow on our comments. We'd greatly appreciate that. On behalf of Real Sports Live. Acuna swing and a miss for strike number 2 there. De La Pena, correction, not De La Pena. Pena's on over at first. Acuna in the box. Everett on the mound. No balls, 2 strikes to Acuna thus far. The pitch. Acuna swinging a miss. Pena takes off to second. And he is tagged out for the double play. And that'll end the threat for the Eagles right there. As it may have looked like Coach Yeager may have put the hit and run on. Pena took off. Acuna swinging at that outside pitch. Little off speed. But that brings now the Texans up to bat. Let's see if I get to see that on instant replay. Here it is. Acuna getting his in the box. Everett gets a sign. Everett throws that off-speed pitch. Throw down to second. And the tag there for the double play. So once again, Real Sports Live. I'm the host with the most, the man with the plan. We'll be back for the bottom of the first inning. The Texans are coming up to bat. We'll be back shortly after these messages from our sponsors.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Hi, I'm Rolando Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown. Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and...
Real Sports Live, we're back to the action right here. We're now into the bottom of the first inning. Leading things off is Ryan Rodriguez for the Texans. Acuña's first pitch is a strike there. Strike two in that outside corner. Quickly down, no balls, 2 strikes here on Everett. I'm on Ryan Rodriguez. I apologize. I was looking at Everett's name because he's now catching for the pitcher, Everett. I'm assuming they are related just based on the last name. Strike 3 on that outside corner. Three quick pitches thrown right there for Acuña. Now batting second baseman number 1, Jack Bell. Bell hits this one high to the foul ball area. X makes an attempt on it and falls foul. Here on the YouTube chat, Elijah Ramirez say go Texans. Amanda Castañeda, let's go Eagles. Jesus Zamora say who's pitching for Ray? And that was answered there by Everett is pitching for Ray. Lucinda Guerrero, let's go Eagles. Fabian Reyes, let's go Ray. Slow curveball just misses. Perhaps a little high for the umpire. 1-1 on the count. Bell gets into this one, hits it on over second to Jake Martinez. Throws it on over to first for out. Number 2. Playing first now, number 13, Jack Martinez, who did pitch a gem in game 1. I believe the first hit was probably around the 4th inning. They both had no-nos. These are the 2 pitchers that were going at it on Thursday night at 7 p.m. Strike 1 call right there on a swing and a miss. I'm sorry. As we know, Acuña came out on top on that victory right there, 4-0. Check swing. And he went. I couldn't see with the podium. Thanks to my man, the Q over here, giving me the heads up. That pole is right in the way right there. Couldn't see his umpire. But the check swing was called for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and here's the offering. Just misses low and outside. Just misses that outside corner. Quick shout out to Aiden right here, following along here on the YouTube channel. Here's a pitch. Curveball. Martinez just gets a piece of it to stay alive there. Kevin Goss, the winning pitcher last night and the Rio Sports Player of the Game, is on deck. He pitched a gem last night to get the Texans back in the series, evening it up 1-1 and causing Game 3 here at high noon here at Cabinets Baseball Field. So we're back at it right here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Martinez in the box. Acuña on the rubber. And here comes the pitch. Fastball outside. Hits it high in the sky. Dalen calls for it. Smothers on that up. And out number 3. So it is a 3-up, 3-down for the Texans as well. So with that right there, we'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors for the top of the second inning. And the Eagles will be batting right here in the top of the second inning. And we'll be back shortly after these messages for a word from our sponsors.
That ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the
Real Sports Live, we're back to the action here in the top of the second inning. Jake Robbie is now batting. The shortstop. Outside corner, backdoor curve right there for strike number 1 there for Everett. Swing and a miss right there for strike 2. And that's absolutely right. The winner of this series will take on, in the Sweet 16, Dripping Springs. Springs is waiting for the winner of this game right here. No balls, 2 strikes for Everett. Throws fastball low, high and outside. Excuse me. For the next round, it is Dripping Springs. See the outcome of this game right here, Texans-Eagles. Fastball up and high there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, evens it up. Tanner Johnson is on deck. That ball's hit up high. Miguel Everett is pitching for Ray. Number 16. Two balls, 2 strikes on Robbie, and here's the pitch. Fastball outside, brings it now full count. Christian Santos, the man over there in Vegas. How you doing, sir? Glad you're following along. Hope you enjoy the broadcast. Low inside. That's going to be a walk. Now batting the third baseman, number 5, Tanner Johnson. Yeager giving the signs. Robbie with some good speed over there at first. See what Tanner Johnson does. Checks Jake out over first. Comes in high and tight inside, but that's strike 1 right there. Now Now, just with Tanner's little body language, I can tell he didn't really agree with the call, but that's why he don't wear the blue. The man in blue is the one who makes all the official calls. That's what we do as baseball players. If we're disgruntled, we let our emotions show. No balls, 1 strike from Everett to Everett. Ball 1 outside. Alex Everett is the one catching, who threw down in the top of the first inning, threw out Dalen Pena to end the inning there, and the threat for the double play after the strikeout. Tanner gets to this one and goes foul. Count goes now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tuning in all the way in from Conroe, Texas, Alex Holdforth. How you doing, Mr. Alex? Thanks for tuning on in. Appreciate everyone tuning on in. We got almost 200 viewers on here just on YouTube alone. Thanks for tuning on in. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the broadcast. And more importantly, the baseball game going on hand right now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Everett gets a sign, delivers. There's a delayed steal. Throw down to second. And he's going to be tagged out. The umpire said he got tagged initially before he even got to the bag and made an attempt to go back and forth to second. And that is Robbie being thrown out. And once again, you can see the arm right there of Alex Everett playing catcher. Normally, Mikey Everett plays catcher. But since he's on the mound right there, Alex is playing catcher. And he shoots it on down there. Second, gentlemen, he's gotten out at second base right there. Count now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Thank you, Mr. Christian. Appreciate that. So we got 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's nobody on. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So the Everett connection right there. Throw down a second to get the delayed steal of Jake Robbie that is. And Tanner Johnson goes down on swinging for strike 3. Now batting the second baseman, number 1, Jake Martinez. And he takes strike 1 in the inside corner. Curveball hit on over the shortstop's head for Jake Martinez. Gets a single there. That's a single right there. Now batting is number 11, Nick Reyes, the right fielder. I do stand corrected now that I see the number. Thank you, David, for that. Alex Everett is playing third. And it's Montoya, Darian Montoya, who was playing third, is now catching in the last couple games. Oh, thank you, David and Robert. Appreciate that update, and we stand corrected, and I can always take constructive criticism and be able to help out in the broadcast. Appreciate that. Strike 1 the outside corner right there. Check on over to first. No balls, 1 strike. There are 2 outs. That's a hit up the middle, but Bell swallows that one up, shoots it on over to second for out number 3. And we'll now head into the bottom of the second with the Texans coming up to bat. And you have Kevin Goss, Miguel Everett, and Darren Montoya coming up to bat for the Texans. Real Sports Live. I'm the host of the most, the man with a plan, and we'll be back shortly after these messages from our sponsors.
Of goodies. An advertising partner with Real Sports Live is the concession stand.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson, at First and Jackson.
Real Sports Live, we're back to the action. Leading things off is Kevin Goss. Acuna gets his sign, delivers the first pitch. Goss hits in the inside of his hands, shoots it on over to first. Robbie does, that is, for Pena for out number 1. To Pena, that was. Ball 1 right there. To Miguel Everett. Call him Mikey now. Here are the fans in there rooting for Mikey Everett. Everett takes strike 1 in the outside corner. Ball 2, just a little high there. 2-1 on the count. Mikey swings and misses. Foul tips that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Actually didn't miss it. He got a little foul tip on that. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Acuna doesn't like the sign, shakes everything off. Mikey calls time himself. Umpire gives that, grants that timeout called by Mikey. Puts the ball back in play. And here comes the offering. Slow curve ball, tried the back door. Acuna asking too high, too low. He wants to know so he can make his adjustment. That count now full, 3-2, and here's the pitch. Curveball comes on inside for strike 3. It's 2 outs after the strikeout and the 6-3 put out. Brings up to bat now the catcher, Darian Montoya. Montoya gets hit right there. Takes it like a champ. Didn't rub it or anything like that. Goes on over to first. Time is called, and there will be a courtesy runner, and that looks like number 9 for Montoya. And that's number 9, Nick Talavera. Now batting is the right fielder, number 6, Luis Morales. One ball, no strikes. Acuna gets his sign, delivers. Morales up 2-0 on the count. Comes back high. Morales not really wanting to swing. He's telling himself he needed to pull that bat back. But usually as a hitter, you got 2-0. You know they're going to throw that big old fastball right down the pipe, and I think that's what he was expecting. It just rose up a little bit. It was a high fastball. Try to check swing there. 2-1 on the count. Here's the offering. Gets under that one and fouls that one back. Evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first. That's Talavera, courtesy running for Montoya, the catcher. On over at first. Delayed steal. Strike 3 called. Acuna gets 2 strikeouts in that inning right there on that curved ball. And that will end the threat right there for the Texans. But now we're going to be heading into the top of the 3rd inning. And with that said, we'll have some advertising coming your way. And if you want to advertise, hit up my boy, Joe Gomez, at 361-220-5331. Find out how that occurs and what season you can do it, or if it's all season long, fall and spring sports. Totally up to you and Joe Gomez talking about it and advertising for Real Sports Live. For without our sponsors, we wouldn't be able to bring you this live broadcast. So thank you to all our sponsors.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Hi, my name is Angela Rodriguez, and I am one of the owners here at Main Street Boutique and Bistro. We heard about the rent subsidy grant, so we contacted Rebecca Castillo with the EDC, and she was very helpful. She told us, what we needed to do, the requirements, and helped us go through the application process.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires.
Real Sports Live, we're back to the action right here. Tuning on in there on Facebook now, looking at that. Robert Martinez all the way from Tyler, Texas, tuning on in. Curveball inside, just misses for ball 1. Leading things off for the Eagles is number 3, the center fielder, Carter Centerfit. Center field, swing and a miss right there for strike one. Evens up that count right there. Ball too low in the turf. Quick shout out to all the Facebook followers right there. We got a little over 80 on there, tuning on in. It's a foul ball right there. 2-2 on the count now. Everett on the mound is on the rubber, gets his sign, likes what he gets, and here is his offering. Throws a high fastball, check swing. They say no down there. Brings the count now 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count now. Here's the pitch. That's ball 4 inside. Centerfit will take the walk. Now batting is the catcher for the Eagles, number 6, Alex Guerrero. Joe Garza rooting for the Texans there. Diana Moser rooting for the Eagles. This one's fouled back. Never gets a sign, delivers. That was a hit and run. Fouls that one back. One thing as a coach, you do call hit and run. I don't care where the pitch is. He wants that batter to swing, and that's exactly what Alex did right there in that situation. That ball was in the other box and took his hack at it because that's what you do in a hit and run situation. That's probably one of the pet peeves of coaches when you call a hit and run and they don't swing their bat. Well, coach, it was a ball. Well, if I call a hit and run, I need you to swing the bat. All right, no balls, 2 strikes. Everett gets a sign. Here he delivers. Yeah, it's high. Throw down to first. Centerfit making it back. Martinez puts the tag there. That brings the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Everett checks center fit one more time. Martinez doesn't attempt a tag this time. Ball too high. Throw down to second. And there's a tag out at second. Centerfit didn't really agree with that. Montoya showing out the hose. 3 batter runners attempt to go to second, and Montoya says, like Matumbo would say, no, no. Waving the finger there. Gets the first out of the inning right there. Centerfit on the steal. Montoya locks and loads that gun and shoots it down to second. Tag down there for out number 1. The ball hit high in the sky to right field area. Right fielder converts and makes the out right there. That's Luis Morales for out number 2. Now back to the top of the order. Number 7, Xavier Perez. First at bat. Got a little under it. Hit it high in the sky to the shortstop, Mr. Troy Johnson. One ball low. Strike one called in the outside corner. Brings count now even, 1-1. Everett gets a sign and delivers to Perez. That one's in the turf, 2-1 on the count. Mikey Everett normally plays catcher, but Montoya stepping in as Everett's on the mound there and not doing too shabby there behind the plate there. Doing the dirty work and shooting down the ball down to second on attempted steals. 3 for 3 on the attempted steals for Montoya. X gets into this one, hits it high to right field. Right fielder makes the grab for out number 3. So we're going to head now into the bottom of the 3rd inning, where the Texans are coming up to bat. This is game 3 of the 3-game series, and we've had a barn burner in game 1 where the Eagles take game 1 4-0, and the Texans take game 2 last night here at Cabinets Baseball Field 3-1. And here we are, game 3 here today at Cabinets Baseball Field. And I tell you what, it was a great pitching duel in game 1 where it was Jose Acuna throwing 60 pitches total, taking the win 4-0 against number 13, Jack Martinez. Martinez pitched a gem as well. It was a no-hitter for both pitchers going into the 3rd inning until the Eagles came up and got a couple of doubles and a single there in that inning, and they scored all their runs in that one particular inning in the 4th inning where they got the win to take out the Texans in game 1. Actually, it was in the 5th inning when they scored all 4 runs here. I'm looking back. And so with that said right there, the Texans come storming back last night at 7 p.m., and were able to get the victory themselves 3-1. Right behind Kevin Goss, who pitched a beauty last night, and he was pitching last night against Xavier Perez, who's now playing left field. So with that said, let's see what this afternoon brings us. And don't worry, we got another game on tap for you after this game is concluded. Bishop, Banquete will be going at it as they were unable to play in Robstown, Texas, because that one turned into a natatorium, the baseball field, even though it's turf. A lot of standing water. I was going to say probably about a good foot and a half maybe-ish, give or take. I think the Q man out here has some pictures of that facility of how it looked. So, I mean, it was pretty bad. Now the bottom 3rd, Texans are now batting. First pitch fouled off. Batting right now is the center fielder, number 3, Cade Morin. Morin had been DH in game 1 and 2, and now he's hitting for himself here. The center fielder who's had a couple web gems himself in yesterday's ball game. Time called by Cade. Wow, the Q just showed me the picture of Robstown's baseball complex and completely submerged underwater. That did look like a big old pool. Wow. Moreno hits out high. Morin hits it up high and over the press box area for strike number 2 on the foul ball. Swing and a miss for strike 3 and out number 1. Brings up the shortstop, number 2, correction, Troy Johnson. Johnson's going to be hit right there. Try to come inside tight. Johnson not rubbing anything. Puts on the hand guard for sliding and just jogs on over to first. Top of the order now. Ryan Rodriguez, who's 0 for 1. Acuna gave him 3 straight pitches and struck out Rodriguez his first at bat. So Rodriguez is going to be looking for a little redemption right here at his second at bat of the game. Got some pretty good wills in the box as well as on over at first. The shortstop, Troy Johnson, over there. Good question on Carter Centerfit. If he committed to UTSA, I'm not too sure. I'm asking my man over here, Q, if he's heard anything about that. Steals in effect. Johnson takes second. I'll have to gather that information if I've heard anything on Carter committing. That ball in the turf. Coach Reese going out and talking to the umpire over there at second. I want to give a shout out to the Blues. They never get some love. They always get booed, and they're doing a tremendous job. They are human. Do they make mistakes? Of course they do. But when you're in the umpiring business, you're going to expect about a good 20% of the time they are going to miss a call or make a bad call. But they're only human. And it is a side job. It's not for the major leagues. They're just out here doing their best. So I want to give a shout out to the men in blue and to the young ladies who are out there umpiring as well in baseball, softball world. Thank you for all you do. Ball too low and away. Ryan looking to move him on over to third. There goes the steal. Johnson takes off the third, and he's going to be thrown out. No, he's safe. He's safe. Johnson with a tremendous jump. Johnson going to be looked at, but let's check out that replay right there. And that's pretty challenging right there with a left-handed batter in the box. And you'll see Acuna delivers a pitch. Quick, great jump. Almost overran the base right there. And I think that's why he was just getting checked out. So we want to make sure student athletes are always safe. What a jump. What a steal for Troy Johnson, that is. Now and over at third on the stolen base. 2-1 on the count. Ryan is going to get an RBI single right here. Rodriguez takes off to second. So Rodriguez, first with a single. Coach Yeager is going to call time, and I'm going to see if I get this one on instant replay or not. Ray Texans jump on there. So let's see if we can see this. I think what Coach Yeager is saying on the steal, when he made the second, when he made the continuation of the slide, he came out the bag and the tag was still on him by Martinez. But the umpire disagrees. So let's see that. You can see the ball land in front of Pettis right there. The run will come on in. Pettis shoots it on down. Oh, I didn't get it, all of it. Oh. But what happened right there in that play, Rodriguez took off from first to second on the throw as Pettis threw it home. And the run scores, and Rodriguez slides into second, and it looked like from up here, I couldn't really tell. I don't have the best eyes in the world. I do have 20/20, but I don't have supervision. And he slid on in second. It looked like he continued past the base, but his umpire says he kept contact with the bag and is safe. On over at second, so Rodriguez, with a single, advances on over to second on the throw. That's a ball one outside. So Johnson comes on to score. Rodriguez with an RBI single. Now at second. And now in the box is the second baseman, number 1, Jack Bell. This replay button is very touchy-feely. You have to push the button at a certain time to get the whole play, so I apologize on that. But it was a great play. Throw down to second. Made it really close. But the Texans jump out right now with the first run of the game in the bottom of the third. Big hack right there by Bell. Hits that one foul, makes it now 2 balls, 1 strike. Bell looking for his first hit of the game. That's going to hit Bell on the hand. Let's make sure Bell's okay. I'm not too sure if that hit the hand or the wrist area. So we'll be back shortly after these messages as Bell gets checked out. I'm the host of the Most, the Man with the Plan, Chris V.
To do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
And a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
And he throws it down.
Real Sports Live, we're back to the action. I want to make sure that safety of the kids is first and foremost, and Jack Bell is okay, so we thank God for that first and foremost. Acuna is not an intentional pitch thrown at him, of course. Just hit him in the wrist area, and he goes on over to first, so he's good to go. Now batting is Jack Martinez, correction. So many Jakes and Jacks out here. But this is Jack Martinez batting. Gets into this one, hits it high to right field. There's going to be a tag at second. Rodriguez is tagging. He's going to take off to third. No throw to third. Now you have runners on the corners with 2 outs. Bell stays wisely on the word first. Brings up the designated hitter, Kevin Goss, number 14. Last night's Real Sports Player of the Game for the Texans. I'll check the pitch count right now for Acuna after this inning. No, he did start the game with 60 pitches total from game 1. Two outs, runners in the corners. Throws that ball 1 outside. Curveball in there for strike 1. Excuse me. For strike 1, evens up the count 1-1 with 2 outs and runners on the corners. So no, I believe that's what they're saying about center field did not commit there. Delayed steal right there by Bell, but that ball is foul tipped right there on Goss. That brings the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runners on the corners. Acuna gets his sign. Checks the runners. And here's the offering. Outside. Bell will take second. Evens up the count now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And 2 outs. Goss calls time. All right, Acuna gets his sign. Guerrero sets up behind the plate. And the offering to Goss. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And the threat is over. However, the Texans capitalize and do get a run on the board right there. So we're now headed into the top of the 4th inning. The Eagles coming up to bat. Once again, I'm the host of the most, the man with a plan, Chris V, here for Real Sports Live. And if you'd like to do any advertising, hit up my man, Joe Gomez, at 361-220-5331. We'll be back shortly after these messages from our sponsors.
Later touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Real Sports Live, we're back to action here in the top of the 4th. Leading things off is Dalen Pena. Mikey Everett gets a sign. Throws it high and outside. Now with one swing of the bat, this young man can tie up this game. Does have a lot of power, a lot of potential. And there's that big cut that I was just talking about. Now, as a coach, you got to tell your batters just to stay within yourselves. Do what you can do. Let your bat and your hands do the work for you. And the body will follow to hit this ball. Takes 2 balls. 1 strike on the count right there. That one's inside. Two and 1 on the count. Everett gets a sign and throws. Curveball high, misses. It's a 3-1 count on there. Now this is definitely a hitter's count right here. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Strike 2 called in the outside corner. Dalen thought that was a ball 4 right there. Full count right here for Mikey Everett. He gets his sign from Montoya and delivers. Foul tip. Pena just gets a piece of it. Fouls that one back. Now I just confirmed with the official book here up in the press box, Acuna is at a total of 104 pitches So he probably has enough for one more pitch, one more batter, that is, if he comes out in the bottom of the 4th inning. If not, I'm assuming we're going to probably see Dalen Peña hit the rubber for the Eagles. He gets in this one. That ball goes to left field's carrying and stays up long enough for the out, number 1. Now, that one, it just came a little bit inside on him. I don't think he got full barrel on that one. But that's a good one for the Texans. They stick with it and make the out. Acuna is going to get a single. No idea why I'm even seeing the word RBI. Now, Acuna is going to be ran for by number 12, Luke Moya. Number 2, Jake Robbie now batting, the shortstop. Moya out to a mild lead over there at first. Montoya showing off the arm there, shoots it down to first. Keeping Luke honest over there. Right now, Montoya still has the Matumbo finger up, just saying, no, 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 not on my clock. Here's the offering. Came inside, fouls that one off. Makes it 1-1 on the count. That's correct. Your total pitches are allowed are 110 pitches exactly. Inside, fouled off. Makes it now 1 ball, 2 strikes on the count. Like to welcome everybody from out of town on the broadcast right here, able to watch this game live in Corpus Christi, Cabinet's baseball field. Jake Robbie in there in the box. Mikey Everett on the mound. He gets his sign. Luke Moya, the courtesy runner for Acuna, is over first. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and here's the pitch. That one's low in the turf. Montoya pouncing out like a puma right there. Gets that ball low in the turf. Scoops it on up and then pounces out, ready to rock and roll, shoot it down to second in case Moya decided taking off. Good blocking ability right there. Keeps the ball up in front. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Everett with a sign and delivers. This ball ripped to right field. Just goes foul. Robbie just misses. Potentially putting runners on the corners. Moya has great speed over there at first. Would have at least advanced to third. Potentially checking the ball, depending on where it was thrown. Maybe even tying up this game. I'm not too sure, though. But Texans defense has been pretty sound fundamentally thus far. Hits this one on over to Bell at second. Bell shoots it to second. He is safe. That's going to be an error by Troy Johnson. And I think Johnson was just super excited to try to turn it. I think he was able to, he was trying to get the ball first. Oh, man, I didn't get that replay. I apologize for that. But what happened was Bell executed that ball very well, shoots it on over to Johnson. Johnson just overran it and was looking forward to trying to turn that double play right there. And it's part of the game now. What do you do to bounce back? Now for the Eagles, the shortstop, number 5, Tanner Johnson, with runners on first and second. 1 out. Mikey gets his sign, asking for a new sign. He gets it. He accepts. And the offering. Big cut right there by Tanner. I think Tanner was trying to deliver that package over there with UPS's assistance to John Paul II. Mikey checks a runner on over at second. Checks Moya back. Moya out to about almost to the cut of the infield lip there by second. Takes a good secondary lead. Strike 2 called in that low inside corner there. Brings the count on no balls, 2 strikes for Everett. Johnson trying to do something to help out his Eagles get back in this game, at least trying to start tie it up. And a base hit to the outfield could potentially do that. Moya's good speed at second. That one's in the dirt, in the turf. And that'll advance the runners, and that'll make the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mikey Everett trying to settle down. This has woken up the crowd here for the Eagle fans. They're going wild. Trying to root on their boys, trying to tie this game up. The infielders are up. They're not going to give up the run. Blue says he has not put the ball back in play. All right, now he says play ball. There it is. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Johnson in the box. Everett on the mound, gets his sign and delivers. And takes ball too low there. 2 balls, 2 strikes right now. Throw down to second. He is safe. Bell and Everett communicating very well right there. That was a great attempt over there at second right there. Bell and Everett throwing signs to each other saying, hey, throw it over here. Let's get Jake out at second. Making it really close here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the offering. Outside, just misses. That brings the count now 3 balls, 2 strikes. That's a discipline at the plate. I know back in my day I would have swung at that one, probably would have struck out myself right there. Just misses the outside corner. Everett trying to paint it. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on second. That's Jake Roby. Runner at third. That's Moya. And the pitch. That's a ball 4. This will load the bases up. And this will bring up the second baseman, number 1, Jake Martinez. Coach Reese calls time. He's going to try to calm and defuse the situation right here. I mean, this is exactly what baseball is all about, folks. Adversity, how to overcome it, whether you're hitting or whether you're pitching or whether you're on the field on defense. And I tell you what, these Texans, these Eagles, both well-coached, well-disciplined teams on both defense and offense. Hence why they're here in the 3rd round in the regional quarterfinals. And they're trying to make some noise going up north to play in the regional semifinals to join the Sweet 16. And waiting in the wings is Dripping Springs. And I'm pretty sure they'll probably have some coaching staff here in the house watching, taking some notes on who they'll be playing next and probably to do the coin toss and what have you after this game has been completed. Well, folks, this is it right here. This is an opportunity the Eagles are going to try to bounce on. Flying out of the nest high here. They are down 1-0 with 1 out. Bases loaded for the second baseman, number 1, Jake Martinez, whose last at-bat had a single to left field. So let's see what he does right here at this at-bat. Here's the pitch. Shows bunt. Moya goes back. Now, it almost looked like a suicide squeeze right there. If the ball had been bunted down, would Moya had made it? And now, here's the situation right here with bases loaded. Everyone must advance. If that ball's popped up in the air, that's obviously an out, a potential out, that is. So that's a tough situation right here. Now, the middle infield is playing double play depth now. Tanner Johnson with good speed, as well as Jake Martinez. And here's the offering. Take strike 1 on the outside corner. Now the fans from the Eagles have let out the big old boos, not agreeing with that call. And the Texan fans go a little wild right there, agreeing with the call. So that's the emotional part of this game. It's an emotional roller coaster as you sit here and watch the game, whether you're in the stands or watching from the broadcast. 1-1 on the count, 1 out. Bases loaded. Jake Martinez. Everett gets a sign. Agrees. Goes to the windup here. And delivers. Martinez shows bunt. He bunts it down to first. Everyone is going to be safe. Everyone is safe. The game is tied. 1-1. Martinez with an infield single. Scores Moya from third. Jake advances on over to third. Tanner Johnson to second. And Jake Martinez now 2 for 2. Still 1 out. Bases remain loaded. 1-1 game now. Now batting is number 11, Nick Reyes, the right fielder. Middle infield still playing double play depth. Reyes shows bunt. He puts it down. It goes foul. Alex Everett playing third over there for the Texans. Playing up. Trying not to allow any more Eagles to cross home plate. Reyes gets a sign. No balls, 1 strike. Everett gets a sign. Fake pitch, fake throw on over to third. Keeps Jake Robbie honest over there at third. Tanner Johnson on second and Jake Martinez on first. And just like Gilbert Guajardo said, small ball. They needed some small ball. That's exactly what was executed. I mean, to a T. And scores a run. And that's why he said small ball wins. So here we go. 1-1 game. 0-1 on the count. Now it's 1-1 on the count. 1-1 game. 1 out. Bases still loaded for the Eagles. Still middle of the infield for the Texans, playing for double play depth. Everett trying to get a ground ball, trying to end this inning, at least to keep it a tie, to try to get a double play out of this situation right here. Reyes in the box. Everett gets a sign. Here's the pitch. Everett gets a high fly ball, and that is out number 2. This is a tough situation. Whenever you're bunting, you get that ball up in the air. I mean, it causes a disruckus and causes a pop fly. And, of course, Martinez charges in from the first base area and makes out number 2. So bases still remain loaded, folks. It is 2 outs. And that brings up now the center fielder, Carter Centerfit. Curveball high. for ball number 1. We're in the top of the 4th inning. The Texans had a 1-0 lead for 3 complete innings. And the Eagles have just tied it up here and still have an opportunity with bases loaded and 2 outs. Fastball outside corner, paints it for strike 1. Centerfield trying to help out his Eagles right here, get another run on the board, at least one, with the bases loaded. Everett trying to do his best right here to shut down the Eagle offense and keep them to only 1 run. Everett got a sign, steps off. Montoya switches it back up. Montoya giving the sign. Everett shakes it. Now says yes, agrees. And the pitch. Fastball rides inside to center field, making it now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Everett gets a sign. Montoya sets up inside, goes back outside, and that's in the turf. What a block by Montoya. Now, if that ball goes by him, of course, run's going to come on in, and everyone else advances. So Montoya doing a tremendous job back there behind the plate, doing the dirty work. Everett going to try to do his best to keep the Eagles down to only 1 run in this situation right here with 1 out and bases were loaded. Got the bunt up for out number 2, and here he goes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Everett gets a sign and delivers. Center it stays alive just like the song. Giving some love out there to Mikey and to Montoya, and I totally agree right there. Montoya is a beast, they say right there by Mr. Carnage. And I mean, I got to agree with you right there with what you're saying right there. He's just playing tremendous back there. Center field puts it in play. Shortstop gets it, shoots it a second, and gets the out. That's the ground ball they were looking for. The Texans stop the threat. Bases loaded with 1 out, and the Eagles come out with at least 1 run to tie it up 1-1. And now we're going to be heading into the bottom of the 4th inning, folks. I told you at the beginning of this broadcast this was going to be a barn burner, and tell you what, it has lived up to its expectations here. And I hope you got your popcorn ready when I said here in the earlier broadcast, if not, get you some pizza, sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the ball game, because it's coming up in the bottom of the 4th inning. Texans coming up to bat. Real Sports Live. I'm the host of the Most, the Man with the Plan. Be back after these messages.
Hi, I'm Rodo Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Real Sports Live. We're back at the bottom of the fourth inning, and leading things off is Mikey Everett. Now on the mound for the Eagles is number 1, Jake Martinez. His first offering is a ball inside, off the shin guard of the umpire there. Checking in at second base is number 14, Aiden Scott. Looks like Scott will be hitting in the third hole for Jose Acuna. Two balls, no strikes. That one just misses. It's 3 balls, no strikes. Martinez trying to settle in and find his zone. So Mikey's going to crowd the plate right there as a left-handed batter. Comes inside tight. Martinez finds a strike right there. Now here's a hitter's count. 3 balls, 1 strike. Mikey still crowds the plate. Foot on the line. It's totally legal. Ball 4 just misses. Jack Spence comes on to run as a courtesy runner for Mikey. Ball's bunted. Martinez gets it, shoots it a second, and he's off the bag. Martinez. Actually, that's not Aiden Scott. I saw 1-4 at the beginning when he was warming up. That's number 24 at second base. We'll get that name shortly here for you. So on the fielder's choice right there, Darren Montoya gets on base. Checking in for courtesy runners, number 9, Nick Talavera. That's correction at second base, number 24, Ben Royo. Another bunt put down. Martinez tries to get the plate, shoots it at first, sticks with it, and gets an out. Even though it was bobble, Martinez sticks with it. Arroyo is covering from second as Dalen charged in on the bunt too. Now that moves the runners on over with 1 out to second and third for the Texans. Brings up the center fielder, number 3, Cade Morin. So talking about small ball, the Eagles use small ball now. The Texans use a small ball of their own. Jake switched on over the stretch instead of the full windup. Come set. Cade shows bunt again. Takes ball 1 low. The infield is in. Swing, hits it. Error at third. Now Tanner Johnson just trying to get the ball and trying to shoot it to home too quickly. Infield calls time. Can see how he tried gathering it, just couldn't quite get it. So now that puts runners on first and second. And that was a full swing right there. Just hit it up the end of the bat. It just worked out just like a bunt right there. Now batting is number 2, Troy Johnson, the shortstop. Takes ball 1 low there. It's now a 2-1 lead for the Texans. It's ball low and outside into the turf there. Two and on the count from Martinez. He gets a sign and pitches. This ball's hit, fouled back. Two balls, one strike. Martinez gets the sign and delivers. That was a curveball right there. Johnson just gets a piece of it, fouls it back. That'll bring the count at even, 2-2. Martinez asks for a new baseball. Umpire grants that permission right there. Swaps the baseball out. Guerrero calling for the signs one more time from the coaching staff. Got a sign. Gives it to Jake. Jake comes set. Offering to Johnson. Curveball's hit high to left field. This one going back. Going back. X to the warning track is caught. No tag right there. What a hit by Johnson. Just misses a 3-run blast right there, probably by about a good 8 to 10 feet to the wall. Xavier Perez sticks with it. And Talavera had tagged up right there, but just missed the opportunity of tagging up to third and putting runners on the corners. Well, Jake Martinez will be getting the ball from him, and there'll be another pitching substitution coming your way. And it looks like, I'm not too sure who's coming on in. I'll give you that update right there. Well, it looks like Acuna is going to come back in. Right now he's got 104 pitches. So he's got a total of 6 left, unless he's headed to first base. I'm not too sure there. Yep, that's what's going to happen. Dalen Peña's coming in to pitch now for the Eagles. With that, we'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors. And speaking of sponsorships, if you want to be a sponsor, go ahead and hit up Joe Gomez, 361-220-5331. We'll be back shortly after these messages.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Real Sports Live, we're back to the action. Dalen Pena checks in to pitch now. Acuna checks in as the original starter, goes to first. So him and Pena just swap over. That's ball one in low with 2 outs, runners on first and second. Not too sure of the pitch count that Dalen has. He did pitch Thursday night to close it for the Eagles on the victory Thursday night. Ryan Rodriguez not batting. Takes ball 2 high. Runner in scoring position there. That's Talavera over at second. Rodriguez 1 for 2 with the single and an RBI single at that last at bat. He gets under this one, hits it high, center fit, charges, and secures the out. But damage has been done for the Texans. They get a run on the board. They respond to the fact that the Eagles tied it up last inning right there, and now take a 2-1 lead. Mikey Everett will come back on the mound right there. And so let's see what happens here. We're now headed to the top of the 5th inning, so sit back, relax, and enjoy our Real Sports Live broadcast right here and the rest of this game. Once again, I'm the host with the most, the man with the plan, Chris V. We'll be back shortly after these messages.
The opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen.
And he throws it down.
Real Sports Live, and we're back to the action right here, folks. Mikey Everett is in there trying to hold the Texans to the 2-1 lead. But coming into bat as a pinch hitter, that is, number 23, Nick Guerrero. He takes his first hack and hits that one foul to the left side. Hits it over the umpire's cars. A little ahead of that one. Takes ball 1 outside. Now, Guerrero has the potential to tie this game up with a big swing right here. He has done it in the season for the Eagles. 1-1 on the count. Pulls that one foul. Almost hits Coach Yeager and almost hits Mr. Thomason's camera over there in the left field area. One ball, 2 strikes, that is. We have one of the Ray Texans coming out the bench to retrieve that foul ball. Umpire wants to make sure everyone's safe and secure before he puts the ball back in play. Here goes. Sign's been given to Mikey Everett, that is. And here's the pitch. Slow curve. Just a bit inside right there. Evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's ball 3 right there. That evens full count now. No more even count. I'm sorry. So now full count on Guerrero. On the full count, Mikey gets a sign, delivers. Guerrero with a swing and a miss for a strike. The strikeout and out number 1. Now the top of the order, number 7, Xavier Perez. Another potential young man that could tie up this game. The left fielder. And the pitch. It's ball 1 low on the turf. Well over 400 viewers right here on YouTube. I want to say hello and welcome to the broadcast if you're just joining us. Thanks for tuning on in here at Real Sports Live. Time is called by the batter. Umpire grants it. And the offering. X hits this one over to the right field area. Right fielder charges. Drops the ball. Out of the glove. That's an error right there. And that was Luis Morales just trying to make the play. You know, as an outfielder, it's very challenging. As you're running, trying to get to the ball, your head's already bouncing around, trying to keep your eye on the ball. And he ends up dropping it on the air. That'll put a runner on nowhere first. Talk about a young man that can hit the ball out of the park. That's number 13 now, Daylen Pena, coming up to bat, who is 1 for 2. Got a singles first at bat. Second at bat, hit a high fly ball to left field. It just hung up there. And the left fielder was Ryan Rodriguez was able to get to it in time as it was hung up there for a while for the out, his last at bat. Now you can tell in that swing right there, Pena was trying to hit this over to the softball complex over there, where Los Fresnos is taking on Austin Bowie in the playoffs over there at the Cabinet Softball Complex. Perez on over at first. Mikey checks him. 2-1 lead in favor of the Texans. It's a 1-1 series tie. Winner goes to the Sweet 16. Dripping Springs awaiting the winner of this series to see who will be in the Sweet 16. Everett gets a sign. Time is called. The umpire grants the timeout. All right, just be out there on the comments. Just be nice to each other. Put some friendly comments. Who you're supporting. Greatly appreciate that. Comment control is what I'm calling it. Sit back and enjoy the broadcast right here in the ball game ahead of you, which is a 2-1 lead in favor of the Texans right now here in the top of the fifth. Dalen takes ball one just outside. Pena, big cut right there. Swing and a miss right there. Makes it now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner on over at first. It's Xavier Perez over there after the air with 1 out. Dalen Pena in the box. Everett gets a sign, steps off, and makes sure Perez gets back to first. Dalen digs back in there in the box. Mikey gets a sign, likes it. The deliver. Pena hits it over third, shoots it over to second, shoots it on over to first. And it's a double play for the Texans defense. And they put a stop right there to the Eagles threat. And you can see that here on the replay as Pena gets a pitch inside. Hits it on over to Alex Everett playing third. It's an outside pitch, pulls it. 1, 2, double play. All right, it's time for the 5th inning stretch, and we'll be back shortly after these messages, folks. I'm the host of the most, the man with the plan, Chris V. We'll be back shortly for the bottom of the 5th inning. The Ray Texans coming up to bat.
Hi, my name is Angela Rodriguez, and I am one of the owners here at Main Street Boutique and Bistro. We heard about the rent subsidy grant, so we contacted Rebecca Castillo with the EDC, and she was very helpful. She told us, what we needed to do, the requirements, and helped us go through the application process.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
And a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
And he throws it down.
Real Sports Live, we're back to the action here in the bottom of the 5th inning, leading things off. Number 1, the second baseman, Jack Bell. Big cut right there by Bell, strike 1. Strike 2 on the outside corner. Brings the count now, no balls, 2 strikes. Espana is on the mound. Pena gets a sign. And we call time back to back, but now Pena gets a sign, is ready to deliver. It's ball low right there. Brings it 1 ball, 2 strikes on the count now. Bell hits that one right back to the pitcher, and Dalen walks the dog on over to first for out number 1. Now batting the first baseman, number 13, Jack Martinez. Martinez 0 for 2. 2 fly balls. Now 1 for 3. Hits it right back up the middle. Brings up the designated hitter, number 14, Kevin Goss. Delayed steal, throws down to second, and not in time. Martinez takes second there. Strike 1 there. Curveball just didn't quite curve on in there. A little outside there for ball 1. 1-1 on the count. Throwing over to second. Wild. Center field gets it. Shoots it on over to third. Runner advances on over to third base. One and one on the count. You know, I'm not too sure if Dalen just slipped off the area where he's throwing it or just inadvertently got away from his hands, from his hand when he was throwing it. Just didn't throw it to the bag, gets into center field. And Martinez advances on over to third now. Goss hits this one foul. Now the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Goss crowding the inside plate there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pena goes inside for a strikeout. And out number 2. That brings up the pitcher, Mikey Everett. Mikey right now 0 for 1. He's going to try to help out his own cause right here, crowding the plate. Strike 1 in the inside corner there on the slow curve. Big swing and a miss right there. Goes down. No balls. 2 strikes. See what he can do with 2 strikes. Dalen gets the sign. Comes set. And the delivery. Try that curveball outside the back door. Just quite couldn't get it in there. Got Jack Martinez over there at third. Dalen gets a sign. Time is called by Mikey. Granted. And we're going to do it again here with 2 outs. Runner on third. Gets a sign. Here's the pitch. That's a curveball hung up in there, and Mikey gets it hung up in the air, and center field makes the out. Number 3. So no damage is done on the board. But now, after 5 complete innings, we're going to head into the top of the 6th inning, and the Eagles are coming down to the last 2 batting opportunities to try to tie it up or try to take this lead. And so let's see what happens here at this next at-bat for the Eagles. Coming up to bat for the Eagles is going to be Acuna, Robbie Johnson. And we'll be back shortly after these messages for a word from our sponsors.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Real Sports Live, we're back to the action here in the top of the 6th inning. Leading things off for the Eagles is Jose Acuna, the first baseman. Mikey is still on the mound. Takes ball 1. I'm not too sure on Mikey's pitch count. Yeah, more or less, Q? 90s. In the mid-90s probably, or low to mid-90s. We're not too sure on that. We'll get that here accurately here in a bit. Acuna sharply hits on over his short. For out number 1. Good catch there by Troy Johnson. Ball 1 there. Now batting is Jake Robbie. Shortstop. Puts this in play, hits it right to first base. Martinez takes it himself for out number 2. Brings up the shorts, the third baseman, that is, correction. Number 5, Tanner Johnson. Takes ball 1 outside. Takes strike 1 outside corner. Big swing and a miss right there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Everett on the mound, looking for his sign. Foul tip, just missed it. Montoya, if he had hung on to that one, that would have been a strike 3 call right there. But that's a very challenging thing to do, a task to have, to ask the catcher always to catch a foul tip. But Montoya is doing a tremendous job right there behind the plate. Just bounced out of his glove. Everett gets a sign and delivers. This one's going to be put in play now. It's going to be chopped foul. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Trying to bring that curve in there. It just wouldn't curve down. Stuck up a little high, that is. Evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on for the Eagles. Tanner trying to get something going right here with 2 outs. Hits this one. It's going to be a little bleeder between the shortstop and the left fielder. And that's what the Eagles are trying to look for, trying to get something going right here. That brings up number 1, the second baseman, Jake Martinez. Martinez is 2 for 2. Coach Yeager calls time. Looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner come in, or a pinch runner, that is. And that's number 12, Moya. Moya over at first. Martinez hits this to right field. That ball's hit up. What a catch by the right fielder. He stuck with it. That could have been a double for sure, potentially a triple in Martinez's speed. And that right fielder, Luis Morales, stuck with it. And you can see how Martinez drove this to right center field. That would have tied up the game with Moya's speed. Look at Morales stick with this and absolutely throws his body out and makes the grab. Tremendous play there by Morales. And we are now headed into the bottom of the 6th inning right here. Once again, I'm the host of the most, the man with the plan, Chris V in the house, and we'll be back shortly after these messages.
Hi, I'm Rodo Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for a fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Real Sports Live. We're back to the action here. Headed into the bottom of the 6th inning. Leading things off, the catcher, number 19, Darren Montoya, who will be facing Daylan Peña. Curveball just misses inside. Hit by pitch. Montoya goes on over to first. Nick Talavera goes over courtesy surrender for Montoya. Brings up the right fielder who made the tremendous catch this last inning, Luis Morales, number 6. Talavera advances on over on the pass ball. He did not go for it. That's ball 1. Coach Yeager asking for help that he attempted a bunt and didn't pull it back. Home plate umpire going to ask the first base umpire if he saw the attempted bunt. Okay, so strike is called. It's not a ball. But the ball still got beyond the catcher, so the runner still advances on over to second. It was not a foul tip. Shows bunt. Throws down a second. And not in time. The bunt attempt was there. Guerrero shoots it down to second over there. Strike 3 for out number 1. Coming in to pinch hit, number 11, Frankie. Let me see his last name here. Alderete. Daylan gets aside with a runner on second. Looks like Peña slipped. Checks the runner out second. Shoots it on over to first for out number 2. Brings up the bat now the shortstop, number 2, Troy Johnson. Efrain Arriaga says that Morales deserves to be on ESPN with that catch. We'll try to submit that, see what happens. See if we can get Corpus Christi on the map in ESPN. Ball one on the outside, strike one on the outside corner, that is. Runner in scoring position over there at second. Johnson looking for his first hit of the game. 0 for 1 at this time. Was hit by a pitch and then flight ball to left field. Just missed that home run. Last at bat. Hits it right over to the shortstop area. Robbie sticks with it. Calls him out. He says Acuña's foot was on the bag as it took him off for the out. And we'll see that instant replay. See if I can see it here. Here's the hit to the shortstop. Robbie gets it, shoots it on, and Acuña lays out and sticks his foot on the bag right there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're now headed into the top of the 7th inning, folks. This is going to be it right here for the Eagles. They got to fly high out of the nest to try to do something to tie up this game, and we'll see what happens here in the top of the 7th inning. Once again, I'm the host of those, the man with the plan, Chris V, for Real Sports Live. We'll be back shortly after these messages.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Real Sports Live, we're in the top of the 7th inning, folks. I have Mikey Everett at 96 total pitches, confirmed with the official game book up here in the press box. So he has up to a total of 110. But leading things off here for the Eagles is 789, number 11, Nick Reyes. Everett trying to put a stop to the Eagles right here and win this game. Throws ball one. Looks at ball two, low and inside right there. The Eagles just trying to get runners on the bases here. Everett throws a strike right there. Everett hits the 99 mark, one more for the century. And there's the century pitch. I don't know who the Texans have warmed up, ready to come into the game here. I haven't seen anybody in the bullpen thus far. Strike two on the outside corner, makes it a full count. Strike three called on the inside corner. Coach Yeager come in and talk to the umpire. And Coach Yeager letting the umpire know he totally disagrees with that call, does not like it. Third base and second base umpire come and tell Yeager he needs to relax. Now the situation was that the umpire called a strike 3 in the inside corner. Yeager is not liking that call. Neither did Reyes. The fans from Texans are gone wild and saying this is it right here. That's the call. The umpire has the final call. Yeager totally disagrees, and the head official is the umpire at second, and he's talking to Coach Yeager, calming him down. And at this time, Coach Yeager is lucky not to have been kicked out here on a questionable call there, in his opinion. But either way, the official call is made by the home plate umpire. So now we have Mikey at 105 pitches. Confirming with the cue over here. Curveball in there for a ball high. That should put him at 106. That's a strike 1 in the outside corner. Now batting is Carter Centerfield, the center fielder, number 3. On deck is number 6, Alex Guerrero, the catcher. Centerfield's going to hit this one up the middle and give the Eagles an opportunity. Guerrero gets in the box. Mikey at a total of 107 on the pitch count. Everett gets a sign and the pitch. Guerrero takes strike 1 there. Got his sign. He delivers. Just misses the outside corner, making it a 1-1 count. Now the Eagles are going to try to put Centerfield somehow in scoring position. Guerrero trying his best right here. Let's see what happens. Everett gets a sign, steps off. It's a 2-1 ball game in favor of the Texans. Top of the 7th inning. Everett gets a sign. He delivers. Dead ball is called. And that'll put runners on first and second. Guerrero looked like he may have gotten hit in the knee there. I didn't see from my point of view right here. Blocked off by the umpire. Coach Reese questioning that. I'm not too sure what I think the call was. Looks like Everett was saying maybe if I leaned into it. But at the end of the day, I don't have a final call on anything. It's the men in blue. And Guerrero should have a courtesy runner here. And I think that's number 16. Time is called, and that's going to be it for Everett. Mikey Everett has pitched a gem. I think he hits 109 pitches. Well, I'm not too sure they're going to do a pitching change. It looks like they're just talking to him. I don't see anybody running out into the field or anyone else coming to pitch. 1-0 There it is. Now, courtesy runner is number 16, Larry Moya. Twin brother of the other Moya, Luke Moya, running for Guerrero. First pitch is low and outside there. This is X Perez batting right here for the Eagles. He takes ball too high. For those of you who just joined, it's a 2-1 ball game in favor of the Texans in the top of the 7th. They are the home team. The Eagles trying to capitalize, trying to at least tie the game up to keep it going. And this young man has the capability of doing that for the Eagles. He's going to take a strike right there. Takes it 2-1 on the count. Now the Eagles are trying to get a ground ball to end this game with a double play. Middle infield, double play depth. Mikey steps off. Checks a runner over on second. Two and one on the count. Gets his pitch, and he delivers. Taking out the third. There's going to be throw play at third. He's called safe. He is called safe. It's a double steal for the Eagles. It's a 3-1 count. There's one out. This is a hitter's count right here with 3-1 on the count. Perez looking for something to drive out there. Infield is in. Perez is going to get it. Okay, wait a minute. The umpire called strike. Now he says that it hits the elbow of the batter. Coach Reese is coming out. Now this is going to be a tough situation. He's going to ask the head official right there at second base if he got hit in the arm or not. But in this situation, this could load the bases up for one of the biggest hitters in the district, and number 13, Dalen Pena, with one out. Coach Reese going out there requesting some assistance. The head official is the young man at second. Now the home plate umpire did call a strike, did not realize that it hit the elbow of the batter, Xavier Perez. But the call has been made that he got hit in the arm. Time is called. Big round of applause for the young man, Mikey Everett, who did a tremendous job pitching for the Texans. Will leave the game with bases loaded. And he will check in to go catch. And let's see who's going to come in to pitch. Mad respect. I tip my hat over to the young man, Mikey Everett, who pitched a tremendous job. Did a tremendous job on the in the mound for the Texans. And now with a 2-1 lead for the Texans, the big hitter, Dalen Pena, coming up to with bases loaded. So we'll be back shortly after these messages from a word from our sponsors to see what happens in the top of the 7th inning with one out and bases loaded and the Texans leading 2-1.
Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduate...
Real Sports Live, we're back to the action, folks. All we do is Montoya swap spots with Everett. Once again, I tip my hat to Mikey Everett pitching a jam for the Texans. Had a 2-1 lead, or has a 2-1 lead for his Texans. Montoya will go from behind the plate to go in there and try to shut down the Eagles' offense. Now, one of the biggest dangerous hitters in the district is number 13, Dalen Pena, coming up with bases loaded. And just needs one RBI to tie up this game to keep it going. There is one out thus far, but this could open up a big old can of worms right here for the Eagles. So let's see what happens right here. Montoya gets a sign from Everett. Didn't like the first sign, shakes it off, gets a sign, gets set. And the first pitch. Curveball in there for strike one. Winner of the series heads to the Sweet 16 to take on Dripping Springs, who's waiting in the wings, I'm sure is here watching. Here's his second pitch to Pena. Pena took a hack at that curveball. Fouls it off. Totally agree right there with Richard Maldonado on the gutsy call of the double steal, which is absolutely right. And it was a close play. Montoya made a great attempt over at third. No balls, 2 strikes to Pena. Here comes the pitch. The fastball just misses the outside corner. But you can see wherever it was set up, that was a good call by the umpire because of where the catcher set up. He caught it right on the line right there. So, I mean, it was a really close call, but the umpire did a good job right there calling it from my angle up here where I'm in the press box. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Gets his pitch. Comes with a curveball and fouls out off and makes it now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Waiting on the deck is Acuna. One ball, 2 strikes. Montoya is on the rubber, getting his sign. Everett gives him the sign. Montoya comes set. And the pitch. Ball 1, ball 2, low and inside. Correction, ball 1. No, ball 2, I'm right. That's what I thought. My button didn't work. I apologize. 2 balls, 2 strikes. to Peña. Montoya gets a sign. Here's the offering. Peña gets into this one. This is going deep, deep, and it is gone. Grand slam for Dalen Peña. He set on this one and delivered it to left field, clearing the bases. And now, with the bases cleared, that gives the lead to the Eagles, 5-1 now. Served it up. Peña takes it out of the park, clearing the bases. Still one out. Brings up number 26, Jose Acuna. Acuna fouls this one off. Debbie Villanueva falling in. Oh, my God, what a hit. It was a tremendous hit. Acuna puts this in play. Third baseman gets it, shoots it on over to first for out number 2. Correction of the score. You're absolutely right. I didn't put the score up for the Ray Texans. It is a 5-2 lead right now. Apologize for that. That was with 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's right. Robert Martinez says great hit under pressure. Strike called right there. Brings the count now 1 ball, 1 strike. They're giving a shout out there to Dalen and to his mom, Desiree. Ball 2 outside there. Three and 1 on the count now. This is Jake Roby batting. And takes ball 4. The score has been corrected. There it is. Yes, exactly. The score has been corrected. I just hit the wrong side of the buttons. 2-0 on the count now. Strike 1 call right there. It's 2-1 on the count now. I told you at the beginning of the broadcast, get your popcorn ready. This was going to be a barn burner. Texans had the lead all the way going into the top of the 7th. 2-1. Strike 2 call there. Robbie on over at first after the walk. Tanner Johnson, the third baseman, batting now. Fouls that one off. Evens up the count. 2-2 still with 2 outs. Texans are going to come up to bat right here. They got the bottom of the 7th inning to make some noise here. Tremendous mad respect for both programs right here, folks. The winner of this series takes on Dripping Springs in the Sweet 16. Dripping Springs is waiting for the winner. Puts that in play. That's what's getting by that third baseman. Touching third. He's going to try to score. No play at home. The Eagles score. On the stand-up double by Johnson. This time I did hit the right score button on there, making sure that I have that corrected. Now batting the second baseman, number 1, Jake Martinez. Martinez takes strike 1, the outside corner. Curveball hits it out the end of the bat. Martinez takes off, shoots it on over to first, and they're going to get him out. But some damage has been done, folks. With bases loaded and 1 out on a 2-2 count, Dalen Pena goes yard on a grand slam, giving the Eagles a 5-2 lead. And then Tanner Johnson with a stand-up double gets an RBI out of that one, giving the Eagles now a 6-2 lead. And they got them 5 runs here in the top of the 7th inning. So now the Texans are coming out to bat in the bottom of the 7th inning, needing to score 4 runs to keep this game going to extra innings. Dalen Pena will come on in the circle there on the mound to try to shut this down and win the game for the Veterans Memorial Eagles. And what's on the line here? We are in the regional quarterfinals, the 5A regional quarterfinals, that is. And winner will be taking on Dripping Springs in the Sweet 16. Sit back, relax, enjoy the rest of the game. I'm the host of the most, the man on the plan, Chris V. And let's see what happens here at the end.
The best in town is a piece of cake by Ibarras in Harlingen.
Throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Hi, my name is Angela Rodriguez, and I am one of the owners here at Main Street Boutique and Bistro. We heard about the rent subsidy grant, so we contacted Rebecca Castillo with the EDC, and she was very helpful. She told us, what we needed to do, the requirements, and helped us go through the application process.
Real Sports Live, and we're back to the action. We're now headed into the bottom of the 7th inning. Excuse me. And the Ray Texans season is on the line right here. Starting things off here. Top of the lineup, number 4, Ryan Rodriguez. Pena comes in hard and inside for strike 1 called there. Ball 1 inside there. Ball 2 a little high there. Ryan gets to this one, hits it high to left field. Perez calls for it, and out, number 1. The Texans are now down to their final 2 outs And once again, on my behalf and for Real Sports, I apologize for the inconvenience of putting the wrong score. I just hit the wrong button. So now that the score has been corrected, that is all right. So we're good to go here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Now batting is number 1, Jack Bell. Bell's going to take ball 1 just a bit high there. Bell's looking for his first hit of the game. And he takes strike 1 there. 1-1 on the count. Gets hit by the pitch right there. Now the home plate umpire is going to go ask the head official. Called it right. Home plate umpire ensuring that he had the right call. Head official over there at the second base area says it did hit his foot, so Bell will go to first. So now batting is number 13, Jack Martinez. Martinez has the potential to hit this one out of the yard and put the Texans in by closer by 2 runs. Take strike 1 there. Big swing and a miss right there. Runner advances on over to second. Bell's on over at second, advances on the pass ball. Martinez with an 0-2 count. Strike 3 called on the outside corner for out number 2. And now the Texans' lives are in the hands of Kevin Goss, number 14, the designated hitter. With 2 outs and a runner on second. That's Bell over there at second. Pena checks the runner. Sends him back over to second. Time is called by Pena. Gets the signs. Make sure him and Guerrero are on the same page. Now the coaching staff coming to talk to Pena. Pena and Guerrero are on the same page. Now the coach is ensuring they're on the same page. Texans are coming down to their final out. But no one better than Goss, who has the potential to put 2 runs on the board with 1 swing and get the Texans within 2. Goss was our Real Sports Player of the Game last night, and Xavier Pettis was a Real Sports Player of the Game, Game 1. Here's the pitch. Strike 1 in the inside corner. Goss looking to do something here for his Texans. Puts a swing on this one. This one's it. Over to Acuna. Acuna gets it. Races on over to first. And secures the final out. There it is, ball game, folks. The Veterans Memorial Eagles take the win. They were down 2-1 all the way to the top of the 7th inning, and the Eagles open up the can of worms and are able to get some runs on the board. Started off by Dalen Pena with a grand slam to left field. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I tip my hat to the Corpus Christi Raid Texans to make it all the way here to the quarterfinals. And also a big shout out to Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial Eagles, who secure the win 6-2 and in a big fashion on that grand slam. So with that said, Dripping Springs will be playing against Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial Eagles in the Sweet 16. And there it is, great sportsmanship. Right there, the players are shaking each other's hands, giving each other hugs. I mean, this is a big, big deal for Corpus Christi to have a team playing against each other and then the winner going on to the Sweet 16. So just kudos to both teams, kudos to both coaches and to both programs. Wishing nothing but the best moving forward. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the host of the most, the man with a plan. This is Real Sports Live, and I'm going to leave you on this note. Get ready for another game set, Banquete, Bishop, coming your way. So sit back, relax, and get your popcorn ready for that one. As always, I'm the host of the most, the man with a plan. I'm over and out.